All right, so we're gonna be taking a look at, I don't know, some of this fun stuff. So why don't we jump in? So step one of this guy, f of x becomes y, x squared plus 9. Switch x and y. Now we're gonna get y by itself. So first I subtract 9. It's gonna give me x minus 9 equals y squared, and I'm gonna square root both sides. These guys cancel out, so we end up with y equals square root of x minus 9. Finally, we take that and write f of negative 1 of x. Now, what are we going to do for our domain? Well, our domain is what x can be. Well, x can be whatever it takes to make this denominator, this square root stay positive. So if x is a positive 9, 9 minus 9 is 0, I can take that. But if it goes up to below that, let's say it's 8. 8 minus 9 is negative 1, so it's bad. So one way to do this is you can just set whatever's inside the square root equal to 0 and solve for it. So my domain is 9 to infinity. So it can go from 9. 9's my smallest number, and everything bigger is fair game. What about my range? Well, my range on a normal function is from 0 to infinity. We cut the bottom of the graph off. And as long as there is no graph, no shifting of the graph up and down, it's going to remain 0 to infinity. And that's for square roots only, because we arbitrarily cut the bottom of our graph off. That's it. So here's my inverse function. Here's my domain and range. So hope that helps. All right, now we're going to take a look at this guy. So graphing. Well, let's graph our parent function first. So I'm going to just put my lines here a little bit off, but that's all right. All right. So what are we doing in this graph? Well, we are moving. My normal graph starts at 0, 0, goes up 1, and it kind of scoots off over to the side. This tells me we're going to take this graph, and we're going to go left 3. So I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to go down 1. So this is down 1, left 3, opposite world. So my graph's now going to start here. Now, normally I would go up 1 and over 1. That's what a normal parent function does. This 2 inside says we're not going to go up 1 and over 1. So it's going to mess with how far over, because it's inside of the square root. Now it's also opposite world. So we're not going to go over 2. We're going to go over 1 divided by 2, right? Because multiplication, the inverse of multiplication is division. So we're going to go over a half and up 1. Now, why up 1? Well, we didn't do anything outside of the function, so that remains that. And now we are going to graph like that. So that's all of this function. Now, this guy right here is a cube root. So we have a slightly different parent function. So the parent function on this guy is up 1 and over 1. And we curve sideways, and then this way we curve the other way sideways. So that's the parent function. So what are we doing to our parent function? Well, we are shifting it left 2. So let me see if I can switch pens here. So we're shifting this middle here, our inflection point. So we're going to shift it over 2. So 1, 2, and then we're shifting it up 2. So 1, 2. So we've shifted it. Oh, and I just made a mistake. All right, so we are shifting it to the right 2, because minus 2 actually means to the right 2. So we're actually going over 1, 2, and up 2. So that is actually my starting point. Now, a normal graph would go up 1 and over 1. So what's this guy going to do? It's going to go up not 1, but because this is outside the function, we're actually going to go up 2. So I'm going to go up 2 from the middle and go sideways, and then I have to go the opposite way too, because it's a cubic. So now we got this guy. And there's my new parent function. So we got our middle here. We moved it right 2 and up 2. So this is right 2 right here and up 2. And this 2 right here says I don't go up 1 and over 1. It says I go up 2 and over 1. So that's why from here I went up 2 and over 1. All right, hope that helps.